Mississippi. The Egg Bowl, a game that has a tendency to rip families apart during a time of year when most families come together to express Thanksgiving. But some aren't thankful for the sound of cowbells or screams of hotty toddy, which will make their presence known in this one. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will have the football first. Rebels took home the Golden Egg in a close one the last time they met.
They don't care if it was close or a blowout. They got the W, and they've been able to talk about it all off-season long, and you can just feel the energy and electricity this year.
Oh, and you know it matters. You're talking about all these kids in-state, talking to them, where do you want to go? Which side do you want to be on? Ole Miss winning last year matters when it comes to recruiting.
That's caught. It's Smith. The Rebels want to crank the tempo.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. And the Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down in Starkville. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Rebels decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Bulldogs offense will go to work for the first time today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game was the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was
turning it on. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. The Bulldogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Give to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Following Ole Miss' 1926 victory in Starkville, a melee between the fans ensued. Imagine that in this rivalry. So the two sides got together and said, what we need is a trophy to calm the passions of each side, and they settled on the Golden Egg. Thus, the Egg Bowl was born.
Yeah, what calms everybody down more than a golden egg? I mean, just the perfect recipe. We have all been in the booth calling these games. Jesse, we know the adrenaline, the emotion that goes into this football game.
Yeah, they do not like each other. There's no question. And the funny thing is, that's actually a golden football. Back in the 1920s, I guess the football looked a little bit more like an egg. It was a bit fatter, looked more like a rugby ball. So everybody calls it the Golden Egg now. It's a beautiful trophy. Sometimes Mississippi State's helmets resemble the trophy. This is a game we love watching.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
To the air, it's Fry. It's complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on 1st and 2nd down, because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
Now facing a 3rd and long. from the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And the Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Now the play fake. Catch in the middle. It's Kane. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Mississippi State going up tempo. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
They'll send the tight end in motion. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of pay dirt.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on 3rd down. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
How confident are you pounding the football now? You get in this situation, 3rd down, you were very unsuccessful. It's 4th down, it's short. What's the play I know I can go to get this 4th down and get this touchdown?
Dropping back, it's Fry. Touchdown, Mississippi State! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
It settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Makes the quick grab. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Rebels want to move quickly. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
So many rich layers in this one. Dak coming off the bench, fumbles in the end zone to lose it, legs being hyped, coaches being fired. This has it all, guys.
And such proud people in the state of Mississippi that love their football. And it feels like, Palmer, these games always come down to something at the end of the game that's so fun and controversial.
What I love about this rivalry, too, is that historically there hasn't been a lot of conference championship implications or national title implications, but they play this game at the very end of the year, and it just matters so much in the state. Bragging rights for an entire season on the line. How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
He'll do it himself, and he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. He wants to throw it. Under fire. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. The Bulldogs buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So now it's 2nd and long. That's caught. It's Kane. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
After the filthy move, he's got room. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down. They'll move the wide receiver. Grab near the marker. It's Kane. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow-developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the shower of flags, it's 1st and 15 for this offense. They'll leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. To the air, it's Fry. Quickly complete. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Nice job in coverage on that third and short, defensively taking all the throws and options away for the quarterback, and now we're setting up fourth down.
Looking to move the chains, Mississippi State lines up on fourth down. Wide receiver going in motion. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Right on the money. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got the quick pass. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The run from the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Rebels headed quickly to the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Out of the shotgun on third down. It's on target and complete. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's first and 10. Running to Green. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's second and 7. Here comes the hurry up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Gets it out quickly. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Rebels are threatening in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Marks. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. From the shotgun, the inside give. Breaks into the open. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Nice move there. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And the Bulldogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking for a man. It's Fry. Got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Behind the chains now on second and long. trying to make magic with his feet. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The RPO, it's complete. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Mississippi State right back to the line. It's a draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Gets it to him on the screen. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up third down. And wait a minute, third down now becomes, we're going to go for it on fourth down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Wants to go up top. And as he throws, touchdown, Mississippi State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Give to the back. Picks up the first down. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got a man. It's Johnson.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Quickly complete. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here comes the field goal unit. He'll need to put some leg in this one, a 52-yard attempt, and just the right finesse to get it in from the right. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. That'll bring him to within 4. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll return it. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And so much to break down from a spirited start to this Egg Bowl between Ole Miss and Mississippi State. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution.
The Rebels will kick it off to start the second half. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. They'll start this third quarter with a run. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Mississippi State going up tempo.
Really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Fry. Flips it out in the flat. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
He might want another play. Wants to throw on third. Time to take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quick release by the QB. Crosses the 45. It's a fumble on the play. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. The Rebels are in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Rebels! And that one will put them up here in the second half. Lining up to add another. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They took it 64 yards right down the field. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Back to pass, it's Fry. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Wants to go up top on first down. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Touchdown, Ole Miss! Fitted in the window for the score.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. He'll bring it out. It's back. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Dropping back, it's Fry. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
This quarterback is really struggling in this game with decisions and also accuracy. He's already been picked off multiple times, and that time that was a bad underthrow. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And that's a really good job by the defense reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He goes out of bounds, but not before getting it to the 32.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They're looking to throw on second and short. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Quarterback may change this route. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Kane. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Gets it out fast. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to throw. It's Fry. Thanks to grab. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. They want to throw it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on 1st down and goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Got his man on the right. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Mississippi State right back to the line. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Sets up the screen. Touchdown Bulldogs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the gun, the ground game. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. There he goes. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need that.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Quickly out to the tight end. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down. The kick is on its way. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They cut into this lead the last time they had it, and now here in the 4th, a chance to move on top with a score. The give to the back. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Fry. It's complete. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Mississippi State going up-tempo.
We knew coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Looking to throw on first down. Turning it on. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
How about that critical moment in the fourth quarter? He hasn't really had a lot of success on the ground, but you put the ball in his hands. It's a pass play. You want to throw it, but he makes a very good decision. He tucks it. He gets the first down. That's a big-time play in the fourth quarter by this quarterback.
Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Off the play fake. They're working that left side. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. New set of downs after the completion.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. Look at it. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Looking downfield on first down. Hauls it in. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And now on second down for this offense. Handoff from the gun. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the air, it's Fry. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double-team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Rebels! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
What an amazing play by the defense here late in the game. They had a 3-point lead, and they're just trying to hold on to that, but they get the pick 6. Great job reading the QB's eyes. You take it the distance, score a touchdown, and now they can breathe a little sigh of relief because all of a sudden they've got a 2-possession lead.
31, Mississippi State, 21.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Rushes on him. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Keeps it on the bootleg. That's reeled in. It's Smith. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Working that left side now. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. They try to pop a run on the draw. He's going for the goal line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. That is no good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Dropping back, it's Fry. Using the quick game. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. It's caught. He's out of bounds. Clock stopped on 1st down, 28 seconds left.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. Get the first.
He's going to let it go. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions.
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense